Steph Curry, for those that may not know, loves golf. I mean, remember he broke that table last year practicing his swing before he was going to go play Augusta, shattered the thing in the hotel room. He is a golf aficionado. He's played in a couple of web.com tours and actually has played pretty well, played right around par, much in the same way with Tony Romo goes and plays in the PGA Tour event. He doesn't make the cut, but he holds his own. He's not terrible.
Played golf in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Steph, you always see him at the Lake Tahoe event, always usually paired with Justin Timberlake. They're always having a good time. So he is a huge golf fan. He did not attend Howard University.
He did not. He
attended Davidson.
He attended Davidson. He was at Howard on a campus visit to watch a documentary film in January. And while he was there, he met a Howard senior and golfer, Otis Ferguson IV, and they had a conversation. And as Curry said, 7-8 months later, born out of that conversation, he is funding the Howard golf team for the next 6 years. They don't have a golf team.
Right.
They don't have one. Yeah. They had one. They don't have it anymore. He's bringing it back, and he's funding a men's and women's team for the next 6 years, and then hoping after the 6 years it's able to fund itself.
It's absolutely incredible. They plan to both have a men's and women's team in place for the 2020-21 season. Athletic Director Kerry Davis said this is one of the most generous gifts in the history of Howard University and didn't stop there.
This was an unbelievable turn of events just based on a conversation that happened at a screening. Steph Curry has no relationship to Howard, but I think that one of the things it speaks to is his macro view of the situation. It wasn't just about this student, but it was also, he had the idea of how do I grow golf amongst minorities so other kids who look like him and who look like me will have an opportunity to play golf in the future. It was important to recognize and understand that they wanted to establish a program in perpetuity, not just a program to benefit one young man, because he was looking far past that.
And again, it's going to be a fund of 6 years for both men's and women's teams starting in the 2020-21 season. Curry, asked about it, said the idea around recreating Howard's golf team and turning it into a Division I program for men and women was born on that specific night. Now, 7.5 or 8 months later, we're here. As you said, in 2017, he was a high school golfer. In 2017, he fired opening round 74 while playing on an exemption at the web.com Tour's Ellie Mae Classic. Shot 71 at the same event the next year. He did miss the cut in both tournaments. He's also a part of Holy Moly. I think he's the executive producer of that show on ABC that's done with Joe Tessitore and Rob Riggle. But it just shows you, I'm not sure if there's a sport like golf that gets in your blood more than anything else, because once you get the bug, it's hard to get rid of it, right? I mean, like, you're a classic example of this. You just sort of looked at it as like, yeah, whatever, I'll go play around, blah, where's the beer, let me do this and that. Then you sort of, there's a moment where it sort of gets either you're going to get it or you're not at some point. And once you get it, you sort of feed on that thing for quite a bit, and it seems like that's the way it's been with Steph here.
Well, we see what happened with pro athletes a lot. Guys who use this as their chief off-season activity, guys who do this to bond with one another, and as these guys get into the business world, we see all these practical applications for golf. And so for Steph Curry to do that, and also do it at a historically black college or university, to go to a place like Howard, to recognize the opportunity that he wants to provide for, as we heard, other kids that look like him that play a sport where we don't see that nearly as much.
Right.
Golf is a very predominantly white sport. That's why we've talked at length about the importance of Tiger Woods historically and what he did for the sport's popularity because of that.
Well, what Curry said about this, and people are saying golf and life. Wait a minute, what's the connection there? Curry said, golf is a sport that changed my life in ways that are less tangible but just as impactful. It's a discipline that challenges your mental wherewithal from patience to focus, and it's impossible to truly master. So when you hear about these passionate student athletes who have the talent but didn't have a fair shot at the game, it's tough. I feel really honored to play a small role in the rich history of Howard University. So really a cool thing off of a conversation with a Howard University student. And
I'm good to get a feel for that kid.
Man,
right?
Isn't that the truth?
Look what I did. Yeah.
Really incredible.
But it does speak to someone wanting to give back in a meaningful way that will help many, many students, he hopes, going forward. I just think it's really cool. And the other thing about golf, it's the only sport you can play competitively your whole life because of the handicap system.
Right.
You can play a long, long way and get into it. So good good for Steph Curry, good for Howard University, and hopefully this thing will blossom well beyond the 6 years.
That's what he's hoping. The
Yeah.
6 years, then it can fund itself. Now they're looking for coaches, players, a course to practice and play on. They have to obviously starting it back up again after it had gone away.
Yeah, hadn't been there since the 70s. So excellent for Howard University, and excellent job by Steph Curry.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.